Welcome you back once again in geological knowledge. So as you all know that we are dealing with the metamorphic petrology. Previously we have talked about the igneous and sedimentary petrology, and now we have moved over to the metamorphic petrology section. And in first video we have talked about the basics of metamorphic petrology, that what is the metamorphic rocks, how can we define them, and we have also talked very important topic of metamorphic petrology, that is the agents of metamorphism. Means the agents of metamorphism like pressure, temperature, chemically active fluids. So all these things. And in pressure we have already talked about the uniform pressure, the directive pressure, and the effect of chemically active fluid or the gaseous content in the process of the metamorphism. Okay, so now we will move over to the next video, in which we will talk about the types of metamorphism. Means what are the types of metamorphism or the classification of metamorphism, why we call them such types of metamorphism, and what are the basic overview or the basic definitions of particular type of metamorphism. Okay, and the key factor behind that definition. So that will be the point of our today's discussion, and this video is very important from the exam point of view, because you will get each and every exam related to geology, the questions related to the definition part of the metamorphism. Okay, so types of metamorphism or various type of metamorphism, but we will deal only with those which are very important from your exam perspective. Okay, so that will be the point of our today's discussion. So let's start our discussion. So these are the MCQs which are based on the kinds of metamorphism, and very the first question that is dealing with the type of metamorphism in which heat factor has played an important role is known as. So key point or the key factor, that is the heat factor. Okay, so options are dynamic metamorphism, thermal metamorphism, thermodynamic metamorphism, or the barometric metamorphism. Okay, so you must understand firstly that is the thermal metamorphism, that is also known as contact metamorphism. Okay, and why this thermal metamorphism name? Because of the local heating of the rock bodies. Okay, so thermal, that is related with the heating process. So this metamorphism, that is caused due to the local heating of the rocks by the intrusion of the hot igneous bodies nearby. Okay, so in the nearby process or in nearby locations, the local heating of the rocks, that is caused because of the hot igneous bodies, and the zone of contact metamorphic rocks which occurs surrounding the intrusion, that is known as contact aureole or the aureole simply in terms. And what happens, that is when the temperature decreases away from the intrusive outer rocks in the aureole, they are less intensely metamorphosed than that of the intermediate rocks. Okay, and thus depending upon the degree of alteration, the rocks in the contact aureole, they can be divided into concentric zones which may differ greatly in the mineral assemblages. Okay, so that is in all you can understand about the thermal metamorphism or the contact metamorphism. And same is given in the description box. Thermal metamorphism is a general term including a variety of metamorphic process in which heat factor has played an important role. So the correct option, that will be option B. Second question is dealing with the which type of metamorphism is common in rocks closely to magmatic intrusion. Contact metamorphism, pyrometamorphism, plutonic metamorphism, or the dike metamorphism. So we all know that is the contact metamorphism. Okay, because of the intrusion of hot igneous bodies nearby the body or the nearby the local areas. So hot igneous body, that means the magma. Okay, so the generation of magma or the activity of magma. So contact metamorphism is a common type of thermal metamorphism observed in rocks existing close to the magmatic intrusions, injections, as well as the lava flows. Okay, so the two key factors we have to keep in mind, that is the zone of contact, sorry, the local heating of the rocks, as well as accompanied by the hot igneous bodies. Okay, so these two terms if you remember, then you can answer this question. Okay, so correct option here will be contact metamorphism, option A. Third one is type of metamorphism where part of country rock may get entrapped within the magmatic body is known as. Which type of metamorphism, or where the part of the country rock that may get entrapped within magmatic body is known as contact metamorphism, pyrometamorphism, plutonic metamorphism, or the dike metamorphism. So why we call them, or the option is, as you can see, that is pyrometamorphism. But what is meant by pyrometamorphism? So pyrometamorphism is a type of thermal metamorphism in which case a part of country rock that may actually get entrapped within the magmatic body, and the effect result due to the intense localized heating. Because of the intense localized heating, this pyrometamorphism, the activity or the pyrometamorphism process of metamorphism that takes place. So pyro means heat or the fire, okay, and metamorphism is the change in the shape and size of the rocks. Okay, so correct option here will be option B, pyrometamorphism. Fourth one is metamorphism involving both temperature and load is known as contact metamorphism, pyrometamorphism, plutonic metamorphism, or dike metamorphism. So more or less option will be same, but the questions can be just modified. Okay, so you must understand the modified questions also, that how you can use your knowledge for the giving answer of that particular question. Because sometimes the question is the same or the concept is same, but because of the modifications you have not been in condition to answer that particular question. Okay, so you must understand all the types or the permutations and combinations in which the questions can be asked. Okay, so question metamorphism involving both temperature and load is known as, okay, so this is known as the plutonic metamorphism. Okay, and what happens in the process of plutonic metamorphism? So at the greater depths below the earth's surface, static pressure as well as the high temperature that operate together, and the metamorphism which is caused by these two factors, the static pressure and the high temperature, that process of metamorphism is known as plutonic metamorphism. Okay, and high static pressure that favors the reduction in volume, and hence during the recrystallization mainly denser minerals they are formed in the process. And the metamorphic rocks which are produced in this way commonly has an even grain texture, and such a rocks they are known as the granulites, okay, which are formed because of the plutonic metamorphism. So you can see in the description box, plutonic metamorphism is a process of metamorphism that takes place due to the equally important role of imposed load. Imposed load means the static pressure and very high temperature that becomes natural at that greater depths. Okay, so correct option will be option C, plutonic metamorphism. Fifth one is, which kind of metamorphism is also called as dislocation metamorphism? Dynamic metamorphism, thermal metamorphism, thermodynamic metamorphism, or the barometric metamorphism? Okay, so option is dynamic metamorphism. Why? So dynamic metamorphism is also known as clastic metamorphism, mechanical metamorphism, or the dislocation metamorphism, and this is brought about by the conditions in which the pressure factor plays a dominant role. Okay, so a metamorphism which is associated with high pressure with little increase in temperature, that is known as the dynamic metamorphism. And what happens in this case? So a new rock is formed partly by the mechanical effect of the flow and partly by the growth of new minerals that develop in the direction of flow, and slates with which possess flow cleavage. These are the perhaps the best examples of dynamic metamorphism rock or the dynamically metamorphosed rock. Okay, so correct option here is option 8. Sixth one is, in which metamorphism there is almost no or little new mineral is formed. Means what is that kind of metamorphism in which there is almost no or little new mineral is formed? Dynamic, thermal, thermodynamic, or the barometric. So that is the dynamic metamorphism. And in the dynamic metamorphism there is no or very little formation of new minerals, and these are the original textures and the structures of the rock which are partially or totally obliterated. Okay, so the obliteration of the original texture and the structure, that is initiated by the process of dynamic metamorphism. So option A is the correct option. Seventh one is, most prevalent kind of metamorphism is, means which type of metamorphism is most prevalent? Dynamic, thermal, thermodynamic, or the barometric. So the thermodynamic, this is also referred as the regional metamorphism. Okay, so thermal metamorphism or the regional metamorphism, that is the can be considered as the most important as well as the prevalent type of metamorphic processes. And why we call them like that? So you must understand firstly the definition and how this metamorphism that is taken place. So what happened in this process? So when the directed pressure as well as the heat, they act together in the presence of migrating hydrothermal fluids, the rocks, they are metamorphosed over wide areas. And this kind of metamorphism is called as the regional or the dynamothermal metamorphism. Regional because of this, because the heat and the pressure, these two act together in a particular area, in a particular region. Okay, in a specified region this process is taking place. That's why we call them the regional metamorphism. And regional metamorphism takes place at great depths, such as in the root regions of the fold mountains, where the temperature and stresses, they are successively very high. Okay, so that is the regional metamorphism or the dynamothermal metamorphism or thermodynamic metamorphism, whatever we call them. Okay, so option C will be the right option. Eighth one is, dynamothermal or the thermodynamic metamorphism involves action of temperature, pressure, fluids, temperature, pressure and fluids both. Okay, so as we have talked about, that is the regional metamorphism or the dynamic metamorphism or the thermodynamic metamorphism. So these are initiated by the they involve the development of large scale changes in the structures and the chemical constitution of the pre-existing rocks under the combined action of pressure, temperature and the chemically active fluids. So all these three processes take place together. That's why we call them the dynamothermal or the thermodynamic metamorphism. So option D will be the correct option in this case. Ninth one is, when the pressure acting on a rock is of hydrostatic type, then it is called as pressure metamorphism, load metamorphism, secondary metamorphism or the clastic metamorphism. So what happens, sometimes the pressure is of the type of hydrostatic type, such as load of the overlying rocks. So this process is called as the load metamorphism. Okay, so because of the pressure of the overlying rocks, okay, so these rocks are completely metamorphosed, and that's why these are known as the metamorphism, load metamorphism. Okay, so option B will be the correct option. 10th one is the kind of metamorphism which occur in the direction mineralogical reconstitution is. The kind of metamorphism which occurs in the direction of mineralogical reconstitution is dynamic, thermal, thermodynamic or the barometric. So this is known as thermal metamorphism. Okay, in all types of thermal metamorphism, the change is generally in the direction of mineralogical reconstitution. Okay, and these processes, they may include changes varying from the simple baking effect to completion to complete or nearly complete recrystallization of almost all types of original materials or original minerals. Okay, so this can be defined as the thermal metamorphism. Okay, option B will be the correct option. 11th one is the metamorphic process involving formation of new minerals by chemical replacement of pre-existing minerals is known as metagenesis, holomorphism, metasomatism or the homosomatic. Okay, so these are the, we all know that is the metamorphic process involving the formation of new minerals by chemical replacement of pre-existing rock, that is known as the metasomatism. Okay, so what happens in this process? So many metamorphic reactions, they are generally considered to be essentially isochemical. Okay, their chemical composition is same, and that implies that during the recrystallization and other metamorphic reactions, the bulk chemistry of the rocks has remained nearby constant. Means the chemical composition has not been disturbed, and if other elements are introduced into the rock by circulating fluids derived from the igneous magma, the resulting metamorphism is known as the metasomatism. Or in other words, we can define the metasomatism is the type of contact metamorphism in which the much material is added to the rock by the hydrothermal fluids. Okay, and the very important process that takes place, so during the metasomatism, the composition of the parent rock is changed substantially, but the volume remains unchanged. Okay, so and as this alteration occurs without any deformation, the texture and the structures of the original rocks are usually preserved. Okay, so the formation of new minerals only takes place in the case of metasomatism process, and same is given in the description box as you can see. So metasomatism may be broadly defined as a metamorphic process involving essentially the formation of new minerals by the mechanism of chemical replacement of pre-existing minerals under the influence of chemically active fluids. Okay, so that is the process known as metasomatism. So option C will be the correct option. 12 one is metasomatism occurs at which level and state. Okay, so what is the level at which the metasomatism occurs? So molecular level and the solid state, molecular level and the liquid state, atomic level and the liquid state, or the atomic level and the solid state. So the metasomatism replacement of the minerals takes place at atomic level and in the solid state. The chemically active fluids may be provided by the various ways. Okay, so the correct option in this case, that is the option D. 13th one is when fluids in the gaseous form, the metasomatism is called as hydrothermal, pneumatolytic, additive, or the expulsive. Okay, so you have to tell the when the fluid in the gaseous form, the fluids are in the gaseous form, the metasomatism is called as. So what happens? So during the contact metamorphism, the transfer of magmatic vapors and gases from an igneous body into the country rock often takes place, and this emanation react with the country rock and form new minerals, and such a process is called as the nematolatic metamorphism. And the localized burning or the baking effect may be produced at the contact of the igneous body rock, and this effect is known as the pyrometamorphism. Okay, so nematolitic metamorphism, during the contact metamorphism, the transfer of magmatic vapors and the gases from an igneous body into the country rock often takes place. Okay, so that's why the fluids in the gaseous form, the metamorphism or the metasomatism that takes place, that is known as the pneumatolytic metasomatism. Okay, or nematolatic metamorphism. Okay, so same is given in the description box. Pneumatolytic is the process of metasomatism where the fluids are in the form of gases or the vapors. Okay, so option B, pneumatolytic, that is the correct option. Okay, option B. And the last question of today's discussion. So there is a statement given here: the total volume of the rocks is changed after the metamorphism. So a statement is given, that is the total volume of the rock that is changed after the process of the metasomatism. So whether this statement is true or false. So we all know that is what happens during the process of metasomatism. So chemical composition that remains same, but the volume of the metamorphic rocks, volume of the metamorphic rocks, that is changed. So a common fact observed in the case of metasomatism is that the total volume of the rock remain by and largely unchanged after the process is completed. A common fact is observed in the case of the metasomatism in that the total volume of the rock remains by and largely unchanged after the process of metasomatism completes. Okay, or the process is completed. Okay, so what I mean to say is that during the metasomatism, the composition of the parent rock is changed. Okay, so composition is changed substantially, but its volume remains unchanged. Okay, so the statement that is given, the total volume of the rocks is changed after the metasomatism, so this is false. Okay, so the statement that is given here, or the option B, that is the statement, is false. Okay, so this was our discussion about the kinds of the metamorphism, in which we have talked about the basic overview or the important types of metamorphism as well as the metasomatism process also. And in the next video we will discuss about the structures of the metamorphic rocks. Okay.